Okay, welcome to part 3 of the epic adventures of Jovan Hutton Pulitzer and the 2020 election. Stop the Steal, the Big Lie, Rama. That's a good name. I don't have a script this time. I don't even really have a plan. I have concepts of a plan. This is going to be a quick one. The last time we went over the train wreck testimony of Jovan Hutton Pulitzer to the Georgia Senate subcommittee on whatever committee that was. I hit some of the high points of the stuff he got wrong, tragically and obviously wrong in several cases. So later that day, I assume it was the same day because he's wearing the same suit and tie, he rushes breathlessly back to the podium to announce that his team has hacked into the voting system.
So as we all know, there's multiple teams working on this, and our technology team's into it. And as was broke early in the week and last week about connected devices, at this very moment at a polling location in the county, not only do we now have access through the devices to the poll pad, the system, but we are in. And it's not supposed to have Wi-Fi, and that's not supposed to be able to happen. So we've documented now. It's communicating two ways in real time, meaning it's receiving data and sending data. Should never happen, shouldn't be Wi-Fi. We've now documented it in real time so we can suck down the data. But that's going on right there where everybody's voting. And I just wanted to get it into the record.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Jones?
One of those, is it a mobile precinct or is it a?
No, it's a standing building.
Okay.
That this should not happen. And it shouldn't happen in any way, but this is another one in real time. Won't disclose location because every location is being checked, but we've now confirmed it 100%.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Senator Beach, did you, and now come to Still Beach and the Tillery. Did you have a question? Okay, well, Senator Tillery.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. We've heard that there's 3 different types of machines: a scanner, a ballot marking device, and a polling pad.
Right.
Do you know which one it is communicating, or can you tell that? Or is it...
Right now, what you heard in the past was coming through the thermostat and stuff. This is now a more direct access way, and so this is coming through the polling pad device where they're checking everything. But now, it only takes one device where you daisy chain them together and do it. The most important thing is that shouldn't be two-waying and even shouldn't be accessible or on, and it's there. Were there any other questions?
Can I ask him one question? What effect could somebody with dishonest purposes, what could that person do given this access that's going on right now in Fulton County?
Statistically, what can be going on when you have an operation like this is as that data is being exchanged and somebody's in it, can actually siphon off that data, modify the data, and feed it right back into the system, or kind of do a pump and dump in real time, right? It's kind of like at home when we all used to have a dial-up and you're connected to the internet and doing what you're doing, and then all your kids get on and the bandwidth goes down and everybody clogs. It creates that kind of atmosphere where not only are you in the system, but then once you get into the machine, you can do stuff in real time, changing its intent. That's what it opens up.
All right. Thank you.
I'm going to save my commentary on this one, and I'm going to let the Georgia Secretary of State respond, which they did the next day with a statement. So I used to teach. The stereotype is that professors love to hear themselves talk. I actually hate to hear myself talk, so I hired a voice actor to do it for me. Take it away, anonymous voice actor.
Yesterday, during a Georgia State Senate hearing, failed treasure hunter Jovan Hutton Pulitzer, or Commander Pulitzer, no record of military experience, claimed that he had hacked Georgia's voting system. The treasure hunter provided no evidence during the Senate hearing that he had done so, only claiming it had happened. Fake news is hard enough to combat when mainstream media outlets push it out, but when a small cadre of Georgia legislators do it, it's a whole different story, said Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. These legislators need to stop calling their own re-elections illegitimate and focus on getting out the vote for the January 5th elections. The mistrust they are sowing is depressing turnout. If Senators Loeffler and Perdue lose on January 5th, the Georgia state legislators have only themselves to blame. In another election disinformation-filled hearing, a small group of Republicans in the Georgia State Senate featured the claims of failed inventor and failed treasure hunter J. Hutton Pulitzer as a star witness. In his presentation, Hutton Pulitzer, formerly J. Jovan Law, claimed without providing any evidence that he had hacked a poll pad. He then went on to claim that meant the entire voting system was compromised, even though the poll pad, like the poll books which they have replaced, are never connected to the rest of the voting system. Hutton Pulitzer was the inventor of QCat, a cat-shaped device that, when connected to the computer, allowed users to scan barcodes on ads that would bring up the website where they could purchase the advertised product. The device attracted $185 million in investments before becoming an anathema of the tech industry and a cautionary tale for investors. In 2006, it was listed as one of the 25 worst tech products of all time by PC World magazine. Hutton Pulitzer later became a treasure hunter, searching unsuccessfully for the Ark of the Covenant, and later claiming that a sword, that was likely a fake, not only had magical magnetic properties, but was also a sign that ancient Romans had visited North America by 200 AD. His published work is comprised largely of Commander's Lost Treasures books, a separate one for many states in the US, and includes How to Cut Off Your Arm and Eat Your Dog. Despite Hutton's claims, the poll pads are the only piece of election infrastructure that is ever hooked up to the internet or connected to devices that are hooked up to the internet. The poll pads have that capability, so election workers can download updated voter lists to the poll pads that are used to check people in on election day. However, the Wi-Fi capability is disabled before the poll pads are put in to use at the polling place. Additionally, the touchscreen interfaces and attached printers are never attached to the poll pads and are air-gapped, so they cannot be connected to the internet. Finally, the scanners, which scan and tabulate the printed paper ballots that voters can review before casting, are not connected to any of the other equipment at any point either. In a statement, poll pad creator Nolick said, "The assertions made about unauthorized access to our systems are patently false. The man claiming that someone got into our systems did not happen according to our forensic analysis. There's no hack, there was no backdoor entry, there was no pump and dump, and there was no access through a thermostat located hundreds of miles away in Savannah."
All right, and that is that. Next time we will get into Pulitzer's involvement in the Maricopa County recount in Arizona. And thanks to a lot of legal work by journalists, there is a treasure trove of documents related to that. So I will pick up the story there as best I can, doing my Andy detective work. See you soon.